Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, today we are doing another mobile weekly and going over all latest mobile news that happened during the week and answering your questions live. Now I did do another video earlier today basically just saying ask your questions and I will answer them live. But if you're watching us live now, you can ask any and all questions in the comment section down below and we will answer them before the end of the show. Now, we did do a Mobile Weekly a day early, but typically we do this every week, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. Today we did Saturday because a lot's going on tomorrow. We have a lot of videos coming out from the MWC coverage. LG is expected to announce their LG G6, as well as Samsung is expected to launch their new tablet. So we will get all that coverage for you and do quick videos throughout the day tomorrow for that. Just a reminder, we are doing our Patreon giveaway for our Dream View from Google and a Echo Dot. In the description is how you can enter into that. Just donate $1 on our Patreon page and it allows us to keep getting new products and giving them away to you. All right, now let's get to the topics this week. And the first big one is definitely going to be the new Blackberry Keyone. So the Blackberry Keyone was announced today. Now I did get to see this at CES. We did a little Instagram video, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. It's from it was from January, so a little bit older video now. But it was a great feel to it, and so definitely like the idea of this kind of device. It's very different from what we typically have, so I really like the idea of it. With this, we are going to get some interesting specs overall. You have the same processor that's on the Motorola Z Play, so that is the Snapdragon 625. You have a 1080p display on a 4.5 inch screen. It's a weird aspect ratio, it's 2:3. In terms of the camera, apparently it has the same camera as the Google Pixel from what and other reviewers that are there in Barcelona have said. I'm very interested in that. I knew it had, a good camera, but I just didn't know it had that camera, that specific one. Basically, 12 megapixel at a 1.55 ultra unimi. I forgot what the metric for that is. But at 2.0 and you have 8 megapixel front camera, it can shoot up to 4K, so you do have that idea behind it. So really good overall in terms of its performance that we hope to see. Now, what is really different or what are the features about this? Well, one of the biggest features is definitely the keyboard. So every single key there actually acts as a shortcut. So you actually get a shortcut on each of those keys. So I can hold down the I and launch Instagram. I can hold down the S and call my wife. I can hold down the F and launch Facebook. So all of these play a role like that. So you can actually customize everything you want to do that for. So yeah. The second thing is going to be so the second thing is going to be, sorry, I just saw some of you guys arguing in the chat. The second thing is going to be that you do touch gestures. So you can actually flick top, kind of like the Blackberry Priv, where you can flick up top basically to say which word is predicting correctly. And really, when you think about it, BlackBerry made a very good point. When you have the keyboard up, it takes a lot of screen space away. So because you always have a keyboard there, you're never losing screen space in this phone, which is a good indication. So very happy to see that again, we will have that keyboard the entire time. I'm really interested in this phone, guys. It's a really interesting, different phone than we've had in years. So it really could be a big improvement in a lot of ways. Of course, it has security. BlackBerry went on for about 10 minutes about that. You do, of course, have a bigger battery than before. You have this really cool thing called boost mode where BlackBerry will actually put your phone into power saving mode every time you charge if you wanted to. You don't have to have it on there. But it's a really cool and smart feature like, oh yeah, when I'm charging it, I don't want to have it like that. So I plug it in and it goes into power saving mode so it charges quicker. And finally, you have a 3x2 screen, so that is a very different style of screen than we've really ever seen. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. We also have word of a new Gear VR coming to the latest Samsung phone. So when the S8 and S8 Plus are released, those are going to be coming with a new Gear VR. And this comes again from Roland. He leaked something 2 weeks ago that we covered. Maybe it was a picture of the S8 or the name of it or something along those lines. I think it was the name of the S8. So that was what he had. So yes, it is going to be a different one. It should also hold the previous phones from what we're hearing. And the whole idea is that we have a new controller, which the VR controller has passed through FCC. Now this is something we saw a while back, a concept of how a controller could work with the VR. And mind you, it's smart. You always have the controller then with the Gear VR, and that obviously does it very well, holds it in place, and that way you always have it there with you. Not to mention that simple control layout. I hope the controller is a bit better than this, which I think we saw. Nope, that was the only really picture of the controller that we saw from before. So that is basically the idea behind it. Overall, it's a basic controller, but it seems like it's going to be good, basic for what you need, and it allows Samsung to make it compatible with every single game that uses a gamepad currently available. We also have Samsung prepping to spend about $1 billion on AI this year. Samsung does spend the most on research and development out of all tech companies out there. They spend more than Apple, Google, Microsoft. They spend more than anyone in the tech industry. They're, I think, always number 1 or number 2 on research and development out of all companies in the world. And typically that falls anywhere between $11 billion to $15 billion in research and development. But this year they are purely going to $1 billion just for AI technology, which makes sense if you see Google now and Echo really becoming a fast-growing thing very quickly. This is definitely the way to go. All right, and then other technology news, we do have an on-screen fingerprint scanning solution coming to smartphones in 2017. So it does look like that we will get a fingerprint scanning screen before the end of the year. It doesn't look like the S8 will have it, but hopefully we'll see it on the Note 8 and possibly even the iPhone X. It will not be on the regular iPhone 7s Plus that comes out this year, but it could be on the iPhone X itself. And then Google Allo, I'm going to have to do a video on this because, my God, Google, how can you fuck this up so much? Sorry, but it's really horrible. So they're now going to release a desktop and laptop version for Allo, which should have been available at launch. But forget that. Let's really go to the big discussion, and that is the fact that they just made Android Messenger the new messenger for all Android, and they got companies to go on board. Pick one. Just pick one. Pick one. Jesus Christ, Google. You've had 3 messengers and you're supporting all of them. It drives me crazy. They have no idea what they're doing with messengers. None. They have no idea what they're doing with messengers. I love Google as a company. I really do. I love so many things about them, but they are idiots when it comes to messaging. They could have nipped this in the bud a long time ago, and I will do a full video on how Android could easily take out iOS. There is an easy way for Android to take out iOS, believe it or not. There's a very easy way for Android to take out iOS. But Google is the one that has to do it, and they have not done it, and it involves this. That's all I'm saying on that for now. And in other news, Huawei did announce their new Huawei Watch 2. Now, I will reach out to Huawei. Oh, by the way, we have talked to Blackberry, and we should be getting that phone in the studio in the next upcoming weeks or months, whenever they send out the review notes, but we should be getting that phone in the studio. With Huawei, I will reach out to them to get their Watch 2. We just finished reviewing their Mate 9, and I just hit the keyboard. We just reviewed their Mate 9, so I'll be shipping this one back, actually, because I'm up for my 30 days. So I'll be shipping that one back, and hopefully we'll be reviewing this Huawei Watch 2, because I never got to review the Huawei Watch 1, and I believe in Huawei doing a much better job than LG when it comes to their new watches. All right, now let's get to the questions in the comment section. Oops, sorry guys. Whoa, there we go. Sorry about that. So now let's see the questions you guys asked in the comment section for the last video. Okay. I'm thinking about getting a Chromebook. Abel asked, I'm thinking about getting a Chromebook Plus and a Galaxy S8 in April instead of waiting for the Note 8. I'm currently using a Note 4. What do you think? Well, for me, it depends on your pen. It depends. Do you need the pen or not? If you don't need the pen, then yeah, by all means, you should definitely get the S8 or S8 Plus. But if you need the pen, then I would wait for the Note 8. So it all depends on the pen. The pen is the key in your situation. The Chromebook Plus, we are on the list to get a Chromebook from Samsung, but we haven't heard when that'll happen. So hopefully we get it soon, within the next month, so I can review it for you guys, because I did reach out to them and told them that you guys wanted us to review it. So hopefully we'll get that soon. And then Jesus Jones asked about the rumor that Samsung would bring back the Note 7. That rumor was debunked. Samsung actually publicly came out and said no, they will not re-release the Note 7. Which was most of your question, actually. You went on a lot of thing about that they would release it, because yes, it was rumored they would release it in June, and no, Samsung completely debunked that. They flat out said we are not re-releasing the Note 7 under any circumstances. So no, that is debunked. My battery life sucks on the S7. Any tips? Any Gear S2 tips? So first, your battery life sucks on the S7. Check out our video. If you have the Nougat update already, check out our video on how to save battery life on the Galaxy Note 7, because then your interface is actually like the Note 7 was. If you have the old, the Marshmallow update, then you go ahead and use how to improve your battery life on the S7. But it has dramatically changed, so it depends on what you have it on. Any Gear S2 tips? Most of our hidden features for the Gear S3 can actually be applied to the Gear S2, and also for the best apps. So go ahead and check out the 2 videos we did on the Gear S3, 5 hidden features and 5 best apps. Oh, we also have a hidden features for the Gear S2, actually, come to think about it. I have tried to register my S7 Duos, and the Samsung website is not accepting my phone information. I was able to use my photos as a screensaver, but now the options is colors. Okay, so you're trying to register it. Did you get it from a third party maybe? If you got it from a third party, it might have already been registered, therefore Samsung isn't letting you register it. I would quite frankly get with a live person in order to do it. If you're having trouble with it, use the Samsung Plus app. It gives you a live Samsung person to video chat with, and hopefully they can help you out from there. What do you think that the LG G6 getting overlooked? Why do you think the LG G6 is getting overlooked by the S8? Well, that's just simple. The S8 is the bigger brand. It's the bigger known property. The Samsung S8 is by far the bigger name phone. Plus, to mention that the G5 was a disappointment by all accounts last year in terms of sales from LG, in terms of performance by power users. A lot of people did not like the modular design, and LG abandoned it. So overall, yeah, it wasn't a good phone to anyone, unfortunately, last year. So it didn't do good by any means, and that's why, when you make a comeback, you have to make a big impact. And maybe that will be the difference what LG does this time around. Now, LG is releasing their phone, and they are supposedly coming out in March. I think it was March, 12th? Or let me see. LG, I believe, is releasing their phone either the 10th or the 17th of March. We'll find out. Their announcement for the G6 is at 3 a.m. My time. I don't know if I'll stay up that late, guys, but I will do a video in the morning covering it. So I probably won't stay up that late, because that's pretty a wonky time, 3 a.m. It's either I'm staying up really late or waking up extremely early. So either way, I think I'll just do that tomorrow, and that'll be the benefit. Well rested. I might wake up early. I might wake up like 7 a.m. To do the video, but it'll be a little bit of time after the announcement. Overall, though, I do think that LG G6 will make a bigger impact this year. I think they took a lot of things that they did wrong last year, and they're making an improvement this year. And not to say that the G5 was a bad phone, but it's always what's that scientific law called? It's like the next possible solution, and the next possible solution of the S7 last year was a better solution than the G. You always have to compare it to what else is out there, and that's the whole thing. It's like BlackBerry did a genius idea of having their new flagship come in $549, because now they're at the same price point of a OnePlus phone and a lot of other ones at that price point. So they did a really good job coming in at that price point, and I think that's a sweet spot for a lot of these other companies that they will start to take over. Have you ever played Minecraft, and do you enjoy it? Also, I know you're probably busy, but 257, did you take a chip and look behind to don't get 257, did you take a chip? Oh, I'm guessing that's from Minecraft. If you don't get this reference, look behind you if you don't get this reference. 257. I am not sure what you mean by that. 257 chip. If anyone knows what Quick Store means, Quiet Store means, let me know in the comment section down below. 257. Did you take the chip? I don't know what that means. Thinking of, I have Riku back there. I have a championship. I have a Keyblade. I have Iron Man. I have. 257, did you take the chip? Oh, I'm guessing you mean Death Note. I'm guessing you mean Death Note about eating the chip. That's what I'm guessing. Yes. I will take that chip and I will eat it. Have you ever played Minecraft? I have actually not played Minecraft. I know it's a big cult following, but I have never personally played it. So, yeah. I guess I played it once in VR, but it was like a demo. Do you think mid-grade Chromebook like the Asus Flip 302 or Samsung Chromebook Plus would be a good fit for an avid Android user? Already have an older Chromebook looking to upgrade, OnePlus 3 owner looking to stay away from Windows laptop. Yeah, I mean, the Samsung Chromebook Plus, the benefit of that is that it is going to be made for Android apps. So you're going to have apps like Office built in on there, which is really good, besides OpenOffice that you can use online, or Google Docs. You're going to have the Windows version of Office for Android on there, and other apps too, so I think it will be much better. So yeah. Hey, do you think the S8 will have enough sway S7 customers? Or should they wait for the Note 8? I think the S8 will definitely have enough to sway S7 customers, but will it have enough to sway Note customers? If you're on a Note 5 or a Note 4, will it have enough to sway you? That is another story, because, man, that pen. People do not believe how much people love the pen. People love the pen. Hashtag people love the pen. Hello, Ricky. I like the live stream on Saturdays better than Sundays. Can't always do it, need a social life with my wife, but I understand. I'm very excited to see what Samsung is going to say tomorrow about the S8. I've read they are showing us a little video of the device. I also want to see the G6 which I wish you had the phone already. What makes you think I don't have the phone? No, I don't. But I could. No, but I don't have the G6 yet. I am on the list, apparently. I did get in touch with LG's team after CES, and they said they were sorry for not sending us the phones last year. So hopefully that'll be all done this year. In terms of the S8, what do I think we'll see tomorrow at 10 a.m.? That is when Samsung is doing their announcement. I believe that tomorrow from Samsung we will see a 30-second video, maybe 60-second. It's going to be a very, obscure video. It's going to be like curved. like that kind of stuff, but very framed in, you know, like if it was like this is how you will see the phone kind of thing. And it will be like literally like this will be the video. Like that kind of stuff. That's what you're going to see in the video tomorrow. It's probably going to be black and white or something obscure like that. But what are we going to see? We're going to see the announcement for the announcement, I believe. I believe we will see the announcement for the announcement, which, if we believe Ev Leaks, would be March 29th. I believe that's what he said. But yeah, something along those lines. That's when Ev Leaks said that we will see the announcement, and then, of course, the release will be in April. Hey Ricky, I got my update finally for the S7 Nougat, all the Nougat OS, same as all the other Android devices. Yes, it's 7.0, not 7.1 though. I'm trying to see what it looks like the S7. You're awesome. Questions, grateful work. Oh yes, so yeah, it's the same as every other Android device has 7.0 right now. No one really has 7.1. Are you going to get the LG G6 and the S8? I will definitely be in the S8. That is already scheduled. However, will I begin the G6? According to LG, yes. I'm going to wait and see, though. So do you think the LG... Oh, what do you think of the LG style and the price point? Are you going to live stream the LG event? No, because that's too early. What do I think of the LG style? I do not like the style. For a watch that calls itself the LG style, I do not like the style. Just my opinion. Do you know any 3.0 fast charging battery power banks? There are some really good ones coming out actually from Tilt. I believe we're getting them next month, either March or April. I forget when, but some really good stuff coming from Tilt. This company is completely redesigning the accessory market, and they're one to look out for in 2017. Very, very cool stuff that I saw behind the scenes at CES. We couldn't bring to you, but man, it's cool. Do you think Samsung will have any big surprises after all these leaks? I think they will have some cool features, but no big ones, at least as far as I'm concerned. As much as I know already, kind of thing. Do you think the new LG G6 will do as well as the S8? I do not think it'll do as well as the S8 personally. I just don't think that LG has that kind of clout, at least at this time. Alright guys, now let's get to your questions that you have been asking in the comment section. So if you're watching us live, go ahead and start asking your questions in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Alright guys, who can't wait for MWC? MWC is actually already technically upon us because they do live events before. So just so you know, because I obviously go to CES, I have not gone to MWC, Mobile World Congress. If you ever want to send me, I would love to cover you. Love. But overall, how it happens is press day is the day before or 2 days before if manufacturers get greedy. And that's when they announce everything. So that's when they announce all the stuff that's gonna, all the new products. And then the coverage begins on the actual Mobile World Congress days, which I believe for Mobile World Congress is the 26th is the first day, or the 27th is the first day, and it goes till March 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So that is how the actual event goes, but most of the announcements have already been made. It's just the hands-on that we're then seeing thereafter. And don't get me wrong, I'll be covering. I won't be covering, but I'll be checking out myself. If you want, in terms of my best hands-on person, I always say my favorite YouTuber in tech is Mr. Mobile. If you have never subscribed to him or saw his channel, go ahead and subscribe. He's a great guy, really cool too, down to earth. But I would say definitely subscribe to his channel and check out all of his hands-on stuff. He, in my opinion, has the best coverage, including of the Blackberry. I saw everyone's coverage of the new Blackberry phone. His video was by far the best. What is your daily driver phone? Well, I have two phones at all times that I'm using. Currently, my daily driver is the S7 Edge, and the one I was testing out was the Huawei Mate 9. I just finished testing this one out, so I will have to send it back now, but that was my other one. do you know if the Note 8 is available for both flat and edge screen? It looks like all edge. I hope they have a minute clip of the S8. Even though I'm a Note fan, I'd love to see what the S8. Again, I don't think they'll have that. I believe the S8 are both going to be edge. Yes, that's true. Wait a minute. Did I? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Did I say the Android guy? I should have said the YouTube tech guy, but if I said the Android guy, that's hilarious. Still always getting used to saying that name. It's like every time I say hello, I'm always like, wait, what YouTube tech guy. So that is hilarious if I slipped up on the beginning of this video. With that, please let me know in the comment section, did I slip up? Qualcomm tweeted an image of the G6. Really? Did they? I did not see that. Let's see. Qualcomm. They did. Let's pull this up and show it to you guys. Whoops. And there you go. The LG G6. They did, in fact, show a picture of it. I love it so much better with the screen on. I just don't know about that bottom. Is it just me, or does that bottom look very weird? Is it just me? That bottom just looks weird to me. I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I am so interested to see how it looks overall. I do like the colors. Silver, black, and a white rose gold kind of thing. I like the look a lot better with these, you know, professional done photos. I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see how this LG G6 actually turns out. I must admit, I like these photos so much better. Silver or black? I have to go with the silver. I like that the silver is silver on the front as well. I must say, I do like that. I like that the silver is silver all the way around. But overall, guys, I like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Do you like this new look or not? All right. When is the S8 going to be announced? Again, we believe, if Evan Blass is to be believed, March 29th, I think he said. I want to say that he announced it, and we covered it, like, I think in December, so, or maybe January? No, I think it was December. I hate Google Allo. I heard something next month is going to be revealed. But this year is going to be, today or tomorrow is going to be the Tab S3 reveal. Yes, that is true. I had a Note 7 and I missed it every day. Yes. Yes, you do. Just try to use Allo for 1 week and it sucks so bad I deleted it. The S3 tablet comes with an S Pen, huh? It doesn't come with an S Pen, I believe, but it will be an optional accessory. If I'm not mistaken, we'll see in a couple of hours, less than 12 hours away now. So we'll see. But as far as I know, the S Pen does not go in the device, so it's going to be a separate accessory. I thought Allo was going to be awesome, then I used it. Yeah, that's pretty much all of us. What internet websites do you use for articles? Why don't you have Twitter? I personally use every. I know you're asking as everything, but I look at everyone's articles. I try to anyway. I use things like Flipboard on my phone to go through everyone's tech articles. But then I use, Engadget, Gizmodo, Phone Arena, Sam Mobile. Yeah, those are the ones I use mostly. So yep, I commented on the LG G6. How do you register a phone? You register a phone by typically actually when you first log on to that company's browser. So when you log into Samsung's browser, it'll actually say, "Do you want to register your phone?" And that's it. Basically, you register your phone. Typically, you can always register. You can Google register your Samsung phone or register your LG phone, and it asks you to enter in your IMEI if you do it that way. However, if you just do it from the phone, then that all that stuff is automatically entered in. So it's a lot easier. What do you think of the Huawei P10 leak specs? I really like the idea of that phone. I did not get to play around with the P9 last year, so I'm really interested to play with the P10 this year. Quick question. Since my Note 4 got Marshmallow update, my phone turns off, reboots over and over, even with a full charge. I plug charger, it stops. Should I downgrade back to Lollipop? Possibly. Lollipop wasn't better than Marshmallow. I think Marshmallow was a lot better, but it looks like you're just having problems with the Marshmallow update. So yeah, that would be my advice. HTCU, unfortunately, guys, we have still not heard back from HTC on sending us a phone. So it's really unfortunate, but I don't believe we'll be getting the HTCU. At least we have not heard from them at all this year. Why is LG waiting so long to put out their phones? Oh, waiting so long to put out their phones in the US. The S8 comes out before the LG G6. Do you think LG is going to be overlooked again this year? LG is coming out before Samsung for this phone. If they didn't, oh yeah, they would be destroyed. They would just be destroyed again. For those of you who don't remember, last year LG made the announcement the same day as the Samsung did, so they announced their G5 the same day as Samsung announced their S7. So no one covered the LG phone really because Samsung was getting the more clicks, more everything. So yeah, more people covered that. Not to mention that LG released their phone the same day as the iPhone SE was released and the same day that the iPad Pro was released. So again, no advertising, no coverage for LG's launch even. So they'd made some really bad mistakes last year. Hopefully they don't repeat it this year. Dual camera looks promising. We'll wait and see how they use the dual camera. LG does the dual camera wide, which I've always said actually that the way Apple did their dual camera was the way I was waiting for everyone to do a dual camera, because I think telephoto is much better than a wide angle fisheye lens. I hate the fisheye look personally. What color do you recommend on the S7 Edge? I am a girl. My wife personally loves the blue with the gold trim that came out on the S7 Edge later in the year after the Note 7 originally had that look. So yeah, everyone's just giving you their ideas for which color. Well, duh, of course, it's the real color. I didn't know it came in pink. Yes, it does come in pink. Okay, everyone's just talking about the color here. When will you do the Google Home talking crap video? I am working on it. It takes a lot to set that up, actually, because I also want to make, fun stuff when I'm doing that. So I did do the video. I did do a couple of jokes already, but I'm working on more. Like, if you haven't seen this one, hey, Google, shut up.
No, you shut up before I delete your hard drive.
Just so rude. So yeah, you can really get it to talk smack for sure. So I will be doing that video. Just give me time. It will be this week. This week, it will be done. My girlfriend got the S7 Edge and returned it for the iPhone 7 because my Note 4 ran her S7 to the ground. I don't know why my S7 would destroy your Note 4. Would coral blue look good for me as a girl? Or tell me, guys, if you have the blue or silver. I had the blue Note 7 just because it was a cool looking color, and I had the silver S7 Edge. So I've seen footage of the S8 Plus watching a video. They don't use the whole screen real estate that's used having the screen if the video is taking up all the screen. I'm really curious to see how that's going to turn out. Why is HTC not releasing the HTC 11? There's no saying they aren't going to release it, to be honest, because with that being said, the HTC 11 could still come out. The U was not an exact replacement, and HTC did say with the U that it will not be their only flagship this year. So we could possibly see an HTC 11 later. My actually recommendation would be for HTC to release a HTC 11 in the summer. That's when no one releases phones, so they have a really good shot of capitalizing if they wait till then. I think the green Huawei P10 looks terrible. It looks like vomit. I have not seen the green color, but we'll have to wait and see when it's officially announced. Yes, it's a referring to 257. That was the wait. You were at the live stream, and you told us to remind you on the next stream. Yes, 257. I was actually 256.8 or something like that. I did weigh myself this morning, guys, and fortunately, I really did not go down too much. I went down about a pound. So I did tell you guys to remind me about my weight, as I will weigh in every week now to help me motivate to lose weight. I did do it a day before, and unfortunately, my boss from my day-to-day job visited this week, and so I had to run around and do a lot of stuff. So I didn't get to actually run like I want to and exercise more this week, but I did lose 1 pound, so I was 255.7 today, and I was 256.8 last week. So 1 pound down. Hopefully next week I'm shooting for at least 2 to 3 pounds less. We'll have to wait and see. I just got here. Will there be a podcast tomorrow? No, there will not be a podcast tomorrow. We did it today instead of doing it tomorrow because tomorrow is a crazy day. Have to cover MWC stuff, so I'll do quick videos for the LG G6 and the Samsung announcement. I will also be doing videos if anyone else, like the Huawei P10, officially gets announced. But because of the because of the Oscars, and because of the fact that I have to do stuff for my day-to-day job, it's just going to be too hard for me to do a video tomorrow, so we did it today. Do you think LGs don't put out smartwatches anytime this year? I like stuff. I wish it was bigger battery and speaker other than really like it. I think that I don't know if LG will put out another smartwatch this year. I hope so. I think we're going to get a Pixel watch with the Pixel XL2. That's what I believe. And LG might make it. Is the Honor 6X a good buy? I think the Honor 6X is a really good buy. I actually, I end up giving that phone to my dad, actually, for his first ever smartphone. They have a really good simple mode. It lasts about 2 days for him. And yeah, it's been great. He has never complained about it in terms of, it's his first smartphone. So the gist of it is just like, how do I answer a call? Other than that, though, but he's never complained about having any issues with it or it crashing or anything like that. HSE will release the U in other markets, but not the U.S. market. When will we see an HCU in the U.S.? That is a good question. As far as I know, the U was originally supposed to come out in March. At the announcement, that's what it seemed like, but no word yet. So I don't know. Maybe they pushed it back. Maybe they decided to wait and they won't release that phone over here. We'll have to wait and see. You can buy unlocked in the US website. That is true. I've been watching you for a while. I'm 65 years old trying to learn something. I have a Note 3 for 2.5 years. Upgrade from a flip phone. Love this info. Well, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you find some of these videos helpful. My Sprint S7 Edge runs a lot better since the Nougat update. Love the new look and the additions to the update. Sorry, you guys are talking to each other, so I'm trying not to read that stuff. I also wish Samsung would issue more colors on the S8 and the Note devices rather than just the three we've been having. They do, but just not in most countries, unfortunately. Korea gets like everything. Like I said, for the S6, they had 8 colors in Korea. Most places got 3. I wish this crime would be larger with the small buzzing all the way down to the... Oh, you're talking about the phone. I wish that the larger... the screen would be smaller, I'm assuming. Screen would be larger with smaller bezels all the way down to the LG logo. Yeah, I would say don't have a logo in the front because that's just taking up space. Which color for the S7 Edge do you guys have and mostly prefer? Again, I have the silver. It'd be nice if they would bring back a darker red AT&T S3 or S4 had. Looks like the metal body. I do remember that color, and yes, it would look really cool. That was when carriers got their own exclusive color. Like I think T-Mobile, no, Sprint had a purple one. T-Mobile had someone had a blue one. Someone had a red one. It was all these different colors, but yeah. Ricky, do you use a tablet? Which one and how often? I actually do use my Tab S2 on a pretty often basis. I would say 4 to 5 times a week. There's some days when I do go without using it, but almost consistently I use it every week. Mostly to pay games, though. Are you going back to the Android guy? No, I'm not. What other smartwatches are coming out this year other than Huawei's? Samsung will probably launch their new watch with their Note. Motorola said last year they're not launching a watch every year, but I don't think they launched one last year. So this year, maybe towards summer, or maybe when they launch their Moto Z2, maybe that could be a possibility. Very interested to see a new Moto watch. Your thoughts on the Chromebook Plus Pen using Android apps? It turns into a notebook. Reminds me of a big Galaxy Note. I think it's a really good possibility, but the people that got it before launch said it had a lot of bugs with Android apps, so I would have to test it out myself to see if those bugs have been ironed out before I can recommend it. V20 versus S7 and why? Versus S7 or versus S7 Edge? Because V20 has a better battery life than the S7. S7 Edge has a better battery life than the V20. Either way, the S7 has a better camera than the V20. V20 has better audio recording and sound than the S7. So it depends on what you like. Me personally, battery life and camera always reign supreme. So for that reason, the S7 Edge would beat out the V20, and that's why. I've seen leaks for black, silver, white, blue possibly. It would be nice if they came out with a dark red S8 Plus. Yeah, I think it would. They have a green S7 Edge, but I don't really like it. What happened to RICKY, the Android guy? Well, we changed gears, actually. We changed to the YouTube Tech Guy because a couple reasons. The two biggest ones were we started reviewing non-Android products on a more consistent basis. We actually got a robot that we just reviewed. We started reviewing smart home products, and I like this. I like actually reviewing different tech products. I could review like a Nintendo Switch now, things like that I normally wouldn't have reviewed before as the Android guy. We can now review because we've expanded to all tech on YouTube. However, the other reason was, unfortunately, there was too many the Android guys coming up, and people would say when they were looking for me, they would click on these guys and subscribe to their channel instead of subscribing to mine, and that was really taking a lot of subscribers from me. So, because YouTube wouldn't do anything about it, I just decided to take it into my own hands. It's all right. You're busy. Good job on your exercise. Yes, I will keep exercising. I went on the elliptical twice today. I got the NuGet update. Runs better than it did when I first got it. Very impressed with the update. Just wish Samsung would be faster with update process. I think everyone should be faster with their update process. I think Google should name the new Pixels like MacBooks. The 2017 Pixel. That might be a good idea. I think until Mac or Apple or Samsung change it, though, they're going to stick to the same one, unfortunately. That's just me. I believe they're going to follow suit. Do you think Samsung will start to be quicker pushing out the latest update software? No. Um, have you ever bought a phone from Best Buy? No. I personally, look, I know friends that worked at Best Buy and that really knew their stuff. I also knew people at Best Buy that didn't know shit. I would not trust, especially when it was like 2-year contracts and they could mess up your plans. I just would not recommend it. I would recommend going to the carrier. That way you can go to them for whatever mess ups happen. Because I just don't like the idea of if a Best Buy person signed you up, messed up, oh man, sorry, we can't do anything. You have to go to AT&T, Verizon, or Sprint. You have to go to one of them. We can't help you out here. Sorry. That is like, no, whoever I buy it with is going to fix it kind of thing. I want Motorola with their smartphones to carry over to other carriers. I do too. I think Motorola is handcuffed as long as they're on Verizon. Although, to be fair, they did not sell well at AT&T and Sprint. That's why they end up doing that. Nexus is better naming the Pixel. I agree. Where can I get an AT&T S7 Edge? Oh, an unlocked AT&T S7 Edge. You can just get an unlocked S7 from Best Buy. They sell unlocked S7s and S7 Edges there. However, if you want an unlocked AT&T version, you can get an AT&T phone as long as it has an AT&T SIM card put in it that's active. It does not need to be yours. It can be any friend or family members. They have an active AT&T SIM. It has to be put in there for a second. Once it's put in there, you can go to cellphoneunlocker.net is the one I believe I used. And they unlock it for, I believe it was $25, and then you're done. Did you hear more about the iPhone 7 catching fire? Yes, they are investigating it. We're not sure if it was a prank or if it was real. It obviously had that video of it smoking and then photos thereafter. But we're going to see. Again, I said this one that it happened to the Note 7. All phones catch fire. All phones catch fire. It's not the first iPhone that's caught fire. Every single iPhone that's ever come out has caught fire. It's not the first Samsung that caught fire. Every single Samsung that's come out has caught fire. They all happen. The difference was the amount of them doing it. This, believe it or not, this iPhone 7 that just came out that caught fire was the 11th one since launch. It's been a couple. GSM used all carriers can Sprint. Oh, you're just talking about. Sorry. Are you truly the Green Lantern? I might know the oath. Who was the YouTube guy you told us to look at? Oh, the YouTube guy I told you to look at was Mr. Mobile, Michael Fisher. Tell him the YouTube tech guy sent you guys. And yeah, I would love to collaborate with him one day, man. That if I could collaborate with one person on YouTube, he was really cool, laid back guy. Met him at CES, and yeah, if there's one person I could collaborate with, I would love to collaborate with him. He's a really chill guy, really great guy. But yeah, that's what I recommend. If you want live hands-on stuff in Barcelona, I will be covering as best I can from here, but I'm not there. So if you want live stuff from Barcelona, go check out Mr. Mobile. His name is Michael Fisher. He's my favorite YouTuber to watch, besides me. What do you think about Nokia phone? Do you think these are going to really use Nokia smartphones this year? Is it going to come anytime soon? As far as I know, there's no plans for Nokia to come to the US, which is honestly smart because Nokia didn't have the biggest impact here as they did in Europe and Asian countries. You're saying that no, the Samsung Pro is the only one that had the bugs, not the Samsung Plus. It is true, most reviewed the Pro, but if I'm not mistaken, someone did review the Plus and it had the same issues. Again, it was before the launch, though, not at launch. I got it that cheap because it's why. Ricky, do you have LTE version of the Gear S3? And how much more do you have to pay for data? So yeah, the difference is $50. This my LTE version costs $3.99. The regular Bluetooth version costs $3.49. What do I pay a month? I pay $5 a month at T-Mobile. Verify YouTube Tech Guy. My my actual my actual one is YouTube Tech Guy, not the YouTube Tech Guy. Just so you know. I hope you can review the Chromebook Plus or Pro for us very soon, as they don't fix the Android app situation. It's only $450 on Amazon and other places. Yeah, again, I hope I can. Look, I reached out to them 2 weeks ago. They said they put me on the list to get a unit. I haven't heard back from them since. I used to be a mobile associate at Best Buy, and and that's 100% true about some of the mobile associates. Yeah, I mean, look, I was friends with them. I'm still friends with some of them, but they'll tell you too. It's like I remember I was in the camera department. I knew all about SLRs and photography and everything, and I was in PCHO, which is the computer department. I pretty much covered every single department in Best Buy. But I cannot tell you how many times I heard from customers this line: "Wow, you're the first person that actually knows what you're talking about." I got that so much in Best Buy and Circuit City. I did work there too. I was a technology manager over there at one point. But yeah, it was really always funny to hear that. Do you think the Pixel 2017 will be on every carrier? No, I still think they'll be either Verizon exclusive and then international version, so you can get it on AT&T and T-Mobile. But remember, T-Mobile does pay for part of it, so that is a cool thing that T-Mobile did for the Pixel. Only get a phone at Best Buy if you can get a better promo. That is true. Do you have any specifications on the next Pixel device? Will it be like? No, because that won't come out till October, so we'll probably won't start hearing things about it till the summer. Do you have any? Oh, yes. Is S7 Edge cheaper than in any carrier? The S7 Edge for T-Mobile right now is only $350. That's extremely cheap. When will Verizon release Android 7 for the S7 Edge? Probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. They're really busy right now with their unlimited plan they just rolled out. What's your best recommendation for a smartwatch, being that I have a Pixel XL on Verizon? Maybe wait. The Huawei Watch 2 looks really promising, so hopefully that one. Nokia Lumia did terrible in the US. Yes, it did. Although they had the most amazing commercial. If you ever find out, Google Nokia Lumia wedding commercial. It was the funniest thing. It dissed Apple and Samsung perfectly. It was just so damn good. I got to hand it to them. That was one of the best pieces of marketing I saw in a long time. Do you think the LG V30 will have a large screen, small bezel with the LG logo on the back without the carrier branding? It will have the carrier branding. LG does not have the clout to say F you to the carriers. The only ones that do are Apple and maybe Samsung, although Samsung hasn't had the balls to do it. Do you like watching soccer? My dad loves watching soccer. For those of you who don't know, my dad is Mexican, and I was born in the U.S., but yes, I'm Mexican. I would just clarify that because like people are like, oh, are you from? Yeah, no. I spoke Spanish later on in life, not even right at the beginning. But yeah, so Overall, I do not really watch soccer. LA Galaxy would be the team over here. My dad is an Atlas and Chivas fan, so I know about soccer, but not really into it. In Brightest Day and Blackest Night, no awesome. Wait, Quiet Storm, you created your own. No awesome tech will escape my sight. Let those who worship Apple's might beware my power. Green androids light. Like it, Quiet Storm. That's awesome. That is really awesome. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna give you credit. I might post like an Instagram about that later. That is that awesome that I have to share that with people. That was really good, Quiet Storm. Really like it. Doo doo. I would like to go to Best Buy and buy the S8, S8, S8 Plus because they give you $200 or $300 gift card. I don't trust Geek Squad. I will use Verizon Insurance. Yeah, I mean, again, they give you a really amazing discount sometimes, so that is true. I've been seeing a lot of promotion videos for the LG G6, LG's YouTube channel. What do you think this year? They're going to shine a lot and do a lot of promotion ads on. Look, LG needs to really hit that marketing button. I mean, they need to spend 1 billion in marketing if they can, because they need to spend money. They need to, really put money into it, and hopefully they can really sell. Because yeah, LG deserves to be much better than they got treated last year. They really do. I really like the company. I mean, they have the best TV out right now. There is no TV I would buy more than an LG TV right now. You better believe that. But they just need to step it up when it comes to that. Later this year, do you think who will come out on top, LG or Samsung? It is hard to argue with the Note. I mean, it is just hard to argue with the Note. Like, look, we've seen every single year. The Note 7 was such a damn good phone that it could literally blow up on you, and people were like, fuck it, I'm keeping mine. Like, people did not want to lose the phone for the Note 7. That's how good the Note 7 was. Note series has been the best phone of every single year for the past 4 years. Can LG beat it? Possibly. But they're really going to have to put all their cards on the table. Do you think 20 years later they will expandable memory? Who will have expandable memory? I mean, I think expandable memory will still be around, yeah. Do you think they will have new colors on the S8? I do believe they will have a new color, but we'll have to see. But I do have an SD card made Pro on my S7 Edge for files I miss, duplicates on my SD card. I mean, those kind of stuffs are eh. I mean, use it one time and then remove it. That's how I say with those kind of apps. Feel free, bro. Glad you like it. Yes, I did. You moved to Saturdays? No, just this Saturday. I explained this a couple times already. We can't do it tomorrow, so we did it today for a special showing. I'm waiting for the S9. It'll be fun. Oh, expandable memory in Apple products? No. Will Apple be around in 20 years? That's a better question. Jean. You have to wait really long. Haha. Cough, Note 8. Oh, you're saying I'm waiting for the S8, cough, Note 8. Got it. What's your impression on the Switch? Worth getting at launch if I'm lucky, or should I just wait? I actually did a video on this. Actually, go check it out. It goes a lot more in depth on the reasons why. But I did a video called Should You Buy It, the Nintendo Switch? No, you should not buy it at launch. There's no reason to buy it at launch except for the Zelda game. But literally after you beat that Zelda game, you have nothing to play pretty much. The fact that they don't have Virtual Console, I really honestly will probably do another video on the Nintendo Switch and the lack of Virtual Console, because I will show you if they did these games for Virtual Console and did a commercial about it, millions sold. I mean, these companies, if they would just hire me, just pay me a couple $1 million, I'll tell them what they need to do. They'll make billions, but at least they got some millions. That's all. That's all. I just want to be consulted. I just want a consulting job for these companies. But man, they need to step it up. Nintendo has the opportunity here to make millions and millions of dollars. Hopefully, they don't drop it. I absolutely agree with you. The Note devices are considered Samsung's true flagship devices. That is true. I have owned every Note since Samsung has released it. Why did the Samsung CEO get arrested, and is he still in jail? I don't think he's in jail. I think he was arrested, doing the whole bail kind of thing or whatever. I don't know how the Korean system works. But basically, he gave donations to political figures in Korea, and they are now saying these were bribes, not donations. So that's why. It is the argument between being bribes and donations is the things. Trump in the U.S., if he gets, what are they called in the U.S.? People that give money... damn it, I can't think of it. What is it called when they give money to politicians? They're like endorsing them. I cannot think of it. But whatever, it's like if those people in the U.S. we have different laws, and that's how you get around those laws. Oh, you're not bribing them to do. If I give you this money for your A, you make B happen for me. That again, if you guys can tell me the name of it, I can't think of the name, but there is a technical term for how it's legal to give money to campaign people and people that are in office, and I forget what it is called. The second in command of Samsung is resigning. I haven't heard he's resigning at all, but yeah. Whoa. Sorry, you guys it's scrolling fast now. Again, Ricky unlocked Sprint and Verizon phones can be used on AT&T and T-Mobile. Internet shows know why if they all use SIMs. Sprint's bands are completely different. The bands that Sprint phones have are not compatible with AT&T and T-Mobile and Verizon. They actually use very different bands. Even though it's LTE, the bands they use are completely different, and no, it will not work on other carriers. So yeah. What do you hope for your YouTube channel for the next 5 years? I mean, look, if I could honestly get to the point where, can you imagine if I could make like $100,000 a year from YouTube? That would be great. I could actually, do this full time and really invest in it and do better videos. I mean, right now I have an editor that edits the videos because I don't have time to do both. And I'll edit sometimes too and everything like that. I mean, I'm a really good editor actually. I don't have the time because I have a day-to-day job, where I make about $80,000 right now in that day-to-day job. So it's kind of like, well, that's making that. YouTube's, making less than 30,000 basically a year, which is good side money, but it's not enough to live off yet. So if in 5 years I could be making over $100,000 on YouTube, that would be great. I could do it as my day-to-day job, and that would be awesome. And then I could really dedicate more time to making better quality videos, better things, and really kind of doing all that stuff. That's what ideally in 5 years I would love to be making that kind of money on YouTube. Samsung should bring out Android OS on their TV. I agree, but they are going to keep using Tizen. That way, they don't have to pay Google to use their OS on the TV. That's
Sorry,
why.
I don't understand.
And and Google doesn't understand why that's not happening. The Note 7 was awesome. I'm willing to keep the Note 4. not to use free upgrade until the Note 8 is released a whole freaking year. I feel for you. It will be cool if the Nintendo came out with a smartphone. What do you think of that? I think Nintendo would be great at a smartphone. I think PlayStation will beat them to it. Hopefully Sony does something like that with their new Xperia phones, which will be announced tomorrow as well. The Mi TVs look nice compared to anything in the US. They look nice. I have not gotten a chance to review them, but hopefully I'll reach out to Xiaomi to see what they can do after this event. Should I get an S7 in March or wait for the S8? You should not. Or well, I mean, look, if you get the T-Mobile one, that's $350. That's a very inexpensive price right now for an S7. Other than that, I would wait for the S8. Personally, I always believe in getting the best phone out there. Unless you're trying to save money, then get the S8. I'm looking for a dock charging for my Pixel XL. Any good ones out there? No, I have seen plenty of them, but I've not seen any good ones out there. I was actually thinking about getting that for the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch has a bottom Type-C charger, so I was thinking, and you could have the Nintendo Switch or your phone, so it's a really cool combination. But no, I've not seen anything for the Pixel XL that I thought was really that good. Extortion, lobbying, that's the name yes, extortion and dark money is really what it is, but yeah, no, the legal way of doing it is lobbying. That's what it was. Yes. And CPACs. Yes, there you go. Thank you guys for that. Do you think LG has optimized the chips for the LG G6? I hope so. They should bring 5G to rural areas. I mean, the whole idea is that hopefully 5G will be fast enough. It's gonna be, yeah, in cities like we are doing still that video. It's a very time-consuming video, so that one's taking a little bit more time. But we're doing that video on which carrier is the best, and I'm waiting to make sure that no one else does any other carrier changes, because there's a lot of carrier changes going on right now. But I'm waiting to see all those changes and how they turn out. Overall, though, I'm very interested in seeing how that goes. But 5G will not be out till probably 40 years from now, and even cities officially out. So we'll have to wait and see. I just hope that carriers won't start trying to charge a premium for 5G, because then F you carriers, we're not paying for it. Do you think in the next 2 years we will have Quick Charge 4.0? Quick Charge 4.0 is coming out this year. It's going to be on the S8. Most likely. They have the chipset. Quick Charge 4.0 comes with this Snapdragon 835 processor, which the S8 is going to have. So theoretically, it should have Quick Charge 4.0, unless Samsung doesn't put it on there because they're worried. Anker makes good stuff. Anker does make good stuff. Do you think Samsung will start using Tyson on smartphones in the future? No, except in areas where they're paying $100 or $150 for a smartphone. They'll keep using Tyson, so that way they don't have to pay Google to make a phone per phone. Because that's all it is. It's licensing, right? So for every phone that Samsung sells with Android, they have to pay Google a certain amount of money. But when they make a Tizen phone, they don't have to pay Google that money. So it's obviously a lot cheaper, and it's more beneficial for them.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
Google, I'm not talking to you. Shut up, Google. What do you do when you have free time on your hands? Do you do blogs? Like when you go out and walk around and talk about tech or any tech you might see? Do I read blogs? Yes. Do I go to tech websites? Yes. Do I, binge watch Netflix? Do I go out and see movies? I go out and see a lot of movies tomorrow. Me and my wife are going out in the morning to see Get Out. I'll be doing a review on that on my movie channel. So yeah, I love movies. I really do. I love movies. I play games. Me and my wife go out. We have a really good relationship. We like to go out to breakfast. We like to go out to lunch, dinner. Go out and see movies. So yeah, that's what I do. And tech is my love, though. I do love tech, and I always have, and I always will. I heard the theory of why the S8 has a fingerprint scanner on the back is because the iris scanner is 10 times better. I have heard that theory too, but I'm not getting my hopes up till I see it. That is true. Gary brings up a good point that 5G in rural areas, well, most Google Fiber locations are rural areas. So you're lucky bastards. Want Google Fiber. Will the S8 have liquid cooling system found in the S7? Yes, my guess is yes. Although it's not really liquid cooling, it's more like vapor cooling, but eh. The pen for the Tab S3 will work on for the Note series. Traditionally, yes, they have, but I can't say for sure if this one will. Okay, unlocked Verizon phones. Internet shows they don't work on AT&T or T-Mobile. Why? They do actually, but most do not work for MMS. So they don't work perfectly. If you ever take a look at, let's see if I can pull it up for you guys. Different carrier bands. Okay. So, just to give you guys an idea, why do carrier phones... Oops, let's shrink this. There we go. Why do carrier phones not work for every carrier? Here's why. So you do not have all these bands of the same one. So you see everyone has like a 1900 band, right? So they have a 1900 band. But that means they don't all have the 1700. So Sprint doesn't have the 1700. And all of them have different types of 1700s. Say Verizon only has 1700F, whereas T-Mobile has 1700 D, E, and F. And whereas AT&T has A through E, but not F. This is the headache you go through when switching phones, that you're not going to get every band. So when you go from one carrier to another, even though you can bring your phone, you're not going to have all the same connections. And it's never going to be as good as when you have a band on there. Now, you also have to deal with MMS, so multimedia messages. So anytime you send a long text message or a text message with a picture or a video, it is a pain in the ass to get that perfectly right on another carrier. So just know that. But yeah, so hopefully that helps, guys. I can do a whole video on that too, because most of the time you're not going to bring one carrier phone to another and have it work perfectly. I'm wondering when they're going to bring fast charging to tablets. Hopefully the Tab S3 will have it. I will be pissed if it doesn't have fast charging. It does have a Type-C connection, so hopefully it will have Qualcomm 3.0 quick charge at least. I am wondering when are they going... Oh yeah. Thanks, Ricky, for patiently answering our questions. I'm in San Antonio, and you came out on at 10 around... and end around midnight, but it's worth it staying up for you. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Or sorry, Abel. Sorry. Will Android ever outsell Apple? Samsung outsells Apple. I don't know what you mean by outselling Apple. Samsung almost every single quarter outsells Apple every single quarter. Even in 2016, Samsung outsold Apple for the year. Apple actually did outsell Samsung for one quarter in Q4 because they took all the sales that the Note 7 would have gotten. But no matter what, Samsung always outsells Apple. It's just most people don't know that in the US because, you know, we think in the US, oh, Apple's king, which it is in the US, but globally, no, not even close. Not even close. Like, seriously, not close. San Antonio is one of the 5G testing spots for Verizon. Do you think Sprint will ever switch up their LTE bands to be able to work with other carriers or unlock phones regardless of their GSM? I think that would be too costly for Sprint, and I don't think Sprint can afford it right now, to be honest. In Singapore, you can use different operators because the infrastructure is from one source. Yeah, a lot of other countries are much smarter at their infrastructure, to be honest, than how the US is. In countries like Japan, you literally just go to whatever carrier, you take your phone to whatever carrier you want because it doesn't really matter. What do you think about on-screen buttons on the S8 and down here in Houston? 5G is on the waiting list to try out the perimeter. Oh, cool. Um, I think it'll be different, but I mean, I've used on-screen touch. I review a lot of phones, so I'm used to on-screen touch keys as well. So it's not a big deal for me. Will it be a big deal for other people? I think so. Actually, my biggest thing about not having the home button actually is this. I use the double tap to launch the camera a lot. So that is what I use a lot. I don't know why that took so long right now when I did it. But I use that a lot. So that is what's going to suck. I might buy a new tablet. LOL. I'm very curious for that new tablet. Uh, but would but would it be better for Samsung to have their own OS like Apple? Not necessarily. That's why Apple's behind in technology. The reason why Samsung could bring out newer technology than Apple is because they don't have to worry about the software as much. They do software tweaks and software add-ons, but they don't have to do the entire OS. It's why Apple takes forever. Look, they still don't have wireless charging, for Christ's sake. The reason why Apple can't innovate as quick as other companies can is because they're worrying about everything. Great practice for computers, poor practice for mobile. Samsung, I think, has been outselling Apple for the last 3 years. Yeah, I think Samsung started outselling Apple with the S3. To be honest, definitely by the S4. But I think ever since the S3, they've been outselling them. I'm really looking at the Chromebook Plus. If they fix the bugs, I would. Would you rather get the Tab S3 or the Chromebook Plus? Ooh, I don't know about that. Because, see, here's the thing. I use tablet more so for gaming, not productivity. I use it to present a PowerPoint, but I don't use it to create a PowerPoint. Just to give you an idea. I don't know. I think you're two different products. As much as you want to do both on there, I think if you had to get one only, maybe the Chromebook Plus. If you're being more productive, I would say the Chromebook Plus. Do you think the S7 will still be a great phone to buy after the S8 comes out? Yes. But I wouldn't get it because personally, I like to have the latest phone because that way it's going to get the most support, it's going to have the most improvements, and it's just, if I'm only buying something once a year, if I can afford it, that being the key thing, if I can afford it, I'm going to get the best thing so it lasts me for longer. Um, I like it when you do live streams. I've been watching you for almost a year now, and it's been a great at what you do. Thank you. I really do appreciate all you guys tuning into the live streams. Please know that I really do appreciate it. That's why when I change the days, I like to give you guys notice. I like to and I want to commit, even though I couldn't do it tomorrow. I wanted to make sure to still do a live stream. I don't want to not ever not commit to my responsibilities as a YouTuber for you guys. Ricky, can you please do a camera comparison between the Asus Zenfone? So, I have tried to get in contact with Asus over the years. I did not try to do it this year so far. I will try, but I've never heard back from Asus, unfortunately. I will try to get back. I will try. I'll tell you guys what I do every time. Please get on whatever social media that you can, and like a quick, crazy effect, right? So at YouTube Tech Guy, Asus. I think it's probably Asus Mobile or Asus Mobile USA on Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus. Let them know. Hey, can you please send the YouTube Tech Guy a Zenfone Deluxe? I would love to review it. I would really, really love to review it, but they have to be the ones to send it to me. Since that would be too costly for Sprint, do you think they have plans for updating their towers or to have more coverage like Verizon or AT&T? I don't know what Sprint's going to do. Honestly, if I were to bet, if Sprint doesn't merge with T-Mobile, I think they're going to fall. That's my honest opinion. I just... Sprint has really been having a lot of issues. Really a lot of issues. So we'll have to wait and see. What do you think about the Superbook? When does it come out? What Superbook? Which one are you talking about? I don't remember a Superbook. Tab S3 will be a 3x2. It'll actually be a 3x4 if I'm not mistaken. 3x4 aspect ratio? Yeah, I want to say 3x4 aspect ratio instead of a 16:9. That sounds right. 4x3 aspect ratio, not 3x4. 4x3 aspect ratio. Which carrier do you think makes more money here in the U.S.? Verizon. Verizon makes the most money out of every carrier. Which carrier is doing wireless the best? T-Mobile. AT&T is more going to get into the entertainment business, really, if they buy Warner Brothers and Time Warner. And Verizon is, I don't know, they're making the most money. They are. They're still the biggest carrier by far, but who's doing wireless the best? T-Mobile. They have literally made everyone change. Everyone changed to what they did. Think about it. Before T-Mobile 3 years ago, everyone was on 2-year contracts. No one is on 2-year contracts because of T-Mobile. They single-handedly did it. Ever plan on doing a video how to root 500 gig Shield and put full Android OS on it? No, I've never thought about rooting my NVIDIA Shield, to be honest, but that would be an interesting idea. What do you think Verizon buying Yahoo? Do you think it's going to be for good or for bad? I just don't know. What is the worth in Yahoo? What, it's not, to me, I get it, it's more of the back end stuff, but Yahoo is just, who cares? Who cares about Yahoo anymore, to be honest? That's my opinion. Let me ask you this. Do you think it'll be better for customers if Sprint and T-Mobile merge together? No. More carriers is better for customers. Look how much Sprint is giving away stuff right now. And it's because, they need to. Sprint is giving away, like, it's like $90 for 5 people on unlimited data right now. So, even if their coverage isn't the best, you have to think about it for price point, right? So, yeah. Alright, guys. We have gone an hour and 23 minutes. And my wife probably wants to start streaming stuff, but she's not allowed to stream when I'm recording, so we will call this a show. Thank you, as always, for watching. You guys know I always appreciate it. Please give a like, thumbs up down below. It appreciates it. And again, share this video or share your favorite recent video on the YouTube Tech Guy channel with your friends, with your family. We want to get to more subscribers. Again, once I reach 200,000 subscribers, I can do a video with my wife, and we will do a Q&A on how it is to live with the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you guys again always for watching. We will have several videos up tomorrow for the MWC coverage for LG and Samsung's announcements, along with everything else that's announced this week. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.